Okay everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making a quick steak frites, which is just basically steaks and french fries. I have here 2 big pieces of ribeye steak and it's actually quite thick. I would say about 1.5 inches thick each. And I'm gonna be pan frying to sear the outside and then roasting it. I've also got here some cremini mushrooms, which I will saute with some garlic and butter. And then I have some zucchini, which I will just do a quick pan fried, probably with just some olive oil, salt and pepper. And here is our potato, which have been peeled, cut, and I've just drained it out of the water that it was soaking in just to get rid of some starch. And also I'm gonna dry it up before I put it in. So we're gonna start off first frying the french fry because it needs to be cooked twice. The first time just to cook the potato and the second time to crisp up. So I'm gonna start off with this first, which is cooking the french fries. So let's head over to the stove and I will add the oils to the stove or into the pot, and then we're gonna start frying the potato. So I also have a pan here lined with paper towel, which I will take the french fries out once it's done. So I'm just gonna turn on my stove here. I'm gonna grab my oil to add to. So any vegetable oil or canola oil will do. I'm just using regular canola oil and I'm just basically adding that should be good. Just about 1 inch or so here. Just gonna add a tad more because I'm cooking quite a bit of french fries here. There we go. So basically I'm just bringing this to temperature and then I'm going to add in the potato to cook. And the first time cooking the potato is actually just to cook the potato itself. It's the second cook that you're gonna use at high temperature to basically crisp up the potato. I'm just gonna drain off the excess water here. Adding some paper just to dry it. Just drying the potato a little bit here. And this will help too with a splatter once you put it in the oil, because if you leave any liquid on the potato, you'll notice that it'll start to splatter back at you. So any excess water that you can get out of the potato, this will help too when it cooks, it won't splatter. So that should be about good. I'm just gonna pour it back out into my colander here and then just put it back here and leave it aside until it's ready for cooking. Okay, so now that I think the oil's come to temperature, I'm just gonna add the potato. I'm just using my little strainer here, adding in my potato to cook. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, so just do a single layer if you could. So I'm just doing 1 layer here. There we go. Just gonna let this cook. Okay, in the meantime that is cooking, I'm also going to pan fry my zucchini and saute my mushrooms. So I'm just gonna turn this on, add to the mushroom and the zucchini. Olive oil there, olive oil there. First, I'm just gonna do my mushroom, so I'm just gonna add my mushroom into here. And this is just gonna be sauté, so I'm gonna add garlic and the butter in just a tad. And then on this pan, I also have a zucchini, which I'm just gonna fry really quick here and add some salt and pepper on the top. If you have a grill pan, you can do this on a grill pan as well, but because I'm using the frying pan later to also sear or do my steak in, I'm just going to try to use the same pan at this point. All I'm going to do to that is some salt and pepper. Same with the mushroom. Salt here. Pepper here, as well as pepper here. Just a simple one. Nothing fancy really. You can see, you can get some color really quick. The zucchini cooks really quick as well. As long as you can get a char on it, it'll be perfect. See? Nice color char. That's what you want. I have my small plate here to place the vegetable and leave it aside while I cook everything else. There we go. There we go. Side should be ready quickly. While it's going, I'm just going to go grab some butter. The zucchini is pretty much almost done at this point. I don't need too much more cooking on there. I'm just going to do about a tablespoon or so of butter into the mushroom here. At the same time, I'm also going to add in the garlic as well. So I have here minced up garlic. I'm just going to add the whole thing in. Turn the stove off. My zucchini is pretty much done at this point. So I'm going to take this out. As you can see, it's nicely. I don't want to overcook these if I want to warm it up because I'm cooking this ahead of time. Later on, I can also warm this up with my steak as well when it's cooking. You see, it's nicely cooked. Okay, so we'll just leave this aside. Okay, see the butter as well as the garlic is also cooking nicely in here with the mushroom. So now in the same pan that I have there, I'm going to use it and for the steak as well. But before I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my oven. Oven to 450 degrees. Oh, sorry, for maybe even higher, because 460 maybe. And I want to bake it because I'm going to sear the meat off and then bake it. So I added a little salt and pepper to this earlier, but it may not be enough salt, so I'm just going to add just a tad more to it. Okay. And then just let this saute for just another minute or two. I'm also going to check on my French fries at the same time. Yeah, just let the potato cook. Okay. Just check on it. Stir it up a little bit so it gets cooked all the way. Yeah, it's good or so. Okay, so while that is cooking, I am going to season my steak. The mushroom is pretty much good at this time, I would say. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to turn this off and let it sit in the pot here while I cook my steak and prepare everything else. So that's done. I'll just leave that aside. Over here. And preparing my steak. So what I want to do is just going to pat the steak down, get all the liquid out. So these steaks I kind of left out to bring to room temperature before cooking, because if you don't, it will be cold on the inside and it won't cook properly and you won't get a very nice cooked steak either. So, okay, so now let's wash my hands and season it. Okay, now I'm going to turn my stove on high while I season this. So stove is on high. I need salt and pepper on this. So right now I'm just doing a quick salt and pepper on my steak. We just like ours simply seared steak. Make sure you do it on all sides. I only do this side first. And once I put it down on the pan, I will season the other side and all the way around as well. So, okay, again, I'm just gonna add the olive oil to the pan directly. And then I'm gonna add my steak to the pan. So I'm just gonna take this over to sear. So here's my steak. I'm just gonna sear all sides. So my steak is in, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to season the other side. So again, be generous with the salt. So there's not much other seasoning we're putting on here, so you want to build also a really nice crust on the steak as well. So be generous with the salt. Okay, I'm just going to let that sear, and I think my potato is also good as well. I'm going to take out the potato at this point and put in the next batch. The potato cooked, and later on I'm just going to put it on high temperature. So right now it's pretty much done. The cooking portion later is just crisping it up. So now it's done. I'm just going to take this out, line it in here, let it drain and cool down. And later after, when I do the second fry, that's when it will get very nice and golden and crispy. So I'm just going to put this in now to cook. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there like that or so. And let these other fries cool. I'll check on my steak at the same time. See a nice sear on there. That's what you want. Now we just have to make sure it's seared on both sides and all sides of the steak. And once that is all seared, I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes so that it gets cooked on the inside. And then we're going to actually want it about medium rare to medium, maybe depending, because I think the kids might like it a little more medium. So we will leave it in longer if needed. But at this point, Yeah, also because it's thicker, as you can see, so it might take a little longer to cook as well. I'm also to add to that to my steak, I'm just going to pop in a little bit of butter at the end and a couple cloves of smashed up garlic, just for flavor. Okay, I'm going to check the sear, and then sear the other side as well. I stand my steak up cold at the same time so I can sear all sides evenly. It might be hard to do one at a time too. Searing seals in the juice, and also it gives it a really nice color and gives it really crust on the outside too, so it tastes better. We'll see the other side. I'm going to try to get more of the seal on this one too here. Okay, at this point my steak is nice and seared. Add in probably a tablespoon or so of butter. Just gives it flavor. And I'm also 4 cloves of crushed up garlic, nothing fancy. I'm going to take it off the stove and pop it directly into my oven. So I'm just going to coat the butter on the steak first. There we go. So it just gives it a nice flavor. There we go. And this is just going to go directly into my oven. And now that it goes, I'm just gonna leave it for about, I would say 10 minutes. I'll do maybe 13 because the kids like it a little more done. There we go. Come back and check on my French fries. Just give it a quick stir. There we go. This is almost ready to come out as well. So I will keep an eye on that. So while we're waiting for everything to cook, I'm just gonna tidy up the mess that I made earlier. by putting everything away that I don't need. Okay, these ones are pretty much cooked. I'm going to take it out, leave it aside, and then cook the other ones. I'm going to just let it cool for a sec. In the meantime, clean up because my steak's got quite a few minutes on there, so I'm just going to let these cool before I cook up the French fries again. Now that the steak is almost ready, I'm going to take it out and let it rest at this point. So I'm just going to take my steaks out of here. I'm going to put it on here. And I'm just going to do a quick flip. The steak. There we go. And I'm going to put on it tin foil just to let it. I'm gonna also put this in here so nobody gets burnt. And this is just a pantry meat. I'm just gonna leave it there like that, just to rest for about 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm also gonna cook my French fries. Okay, now that it's done, I'm gonna go over here, and this is where you're gonna crisp up the fries. So I'm just gonna bring this temperature or the oil up to really high temperature. And what I'm gonna do is bring this oil up to really high temperature, and we're gonna add in my French fries to cook. Zucchini from earlier, put it on top here to warm up at the same time. I just put up my zucchini on top. It's to help keep the tin foil down, temper the meat, at the same time warm up my zucchini. Right here, just waiting for the oil to come up to temperature, and I'm going to add in the potatoes to cook, or the first cooked potatoes here. I'm just getting it ready off the paper towel and onto my little strainer here, so it's easier for me to put into the frying pan. Temperature. I'm just going to add it in to cook. Now this is where you need to keep an eye on the French fry, because it could cook really quickly. If you see that one side is more golden, you want it golden all around. Just make sure you turn the French fries a little bit, and that should do it. So there, it's just going to cook real quick. Okay, so now you can see the French fries are starting to get a little golden on the color. Just keep an eye on it. In the meantime, I'm also going to warm up my mushroom that I had cooked earlier. So I'm just going to do a quick warm up. Just turn on the stove, warm this up, and then transfer it into a ceramic so that we can put it on the side of the steak. These are home cooked fries from scratch, so they're not gonna look perfect, but I will try to make them as tasty as I can. That's just a final cooking, you have to keep an eye out. Like I said, sometimes you might not get them all golden the way you want it, so you just have to keep rotating them so that they don't burn. Okay, also my mushroom is all nice and warm, so all I'm going to do is turn off the stove and transfer this into a ramekin, a plate with my steak. Okay, I think this is a good color on my French fries, so I'm just going to take it out at this point. Just going to transfer it right here. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to it. Season this with a little salt and pepper that I have already on the side. Just use your hands, just slightly salt and pepper. Okay, that should be good. And now I'm going to add in the other batch of French fries here. Keep an eye on that as well. You can see golden and crispy. Okay. Very nice. It's done as well. You can see it's all nice and golden. I'm just going to take it out and sprinkle with salt. There you go. Sprinkle some salt and pepper. Voila. Done. At the same time, my steak is pretty much done as well, so I'm going to take my steak out of resting and carve it and put it on our plate. Let's plate this up. Okay, I have here the zucchini, which we will just plate up on here. Cooked zucchini. On there. French fries, which I will just put in this ramekin, and then we'll add sauce on the other one. Grab it like so. Much easier. All on. These are my French fries there. And all that's left now is the star of the show. Our well-rested steak. I'm gonna put one on the plate. I'm gonna carve the other one for everyone to see. Take one here, put this on here for now, and take this other one here. This one rested on here, and I'm just going to carve this up and we would eat. Oops. Might have did it medium for the kids. Still pink on the inside. Perfectly pink on the inside, medium for the kids. That's how they like it. Okay, so I'm gonna do transfer my whole entire steak into the platter like so. And all I'm gonna do is just sprinkle some salt and pepper on here. I have my salt mill. Just do a quick and voila, that is our steak dinner tonight. Steak frites with sautéed mushroom and garlic and fried zucchinis. Perfect. Don't forget, we also have leftover sauce here from the steak. Don't throw this out. This is perfectly good to eat. So I'm just gonna pour it into a ramekin. And anybody who wants to use the sauce to either dip the fries or dip their steak in, that's perfectly fine as well. There we go. There we go. Let's take this to the table and let's eat, everyone.